Hey everybody, Logan here, and today we're talking about Zelda. Yeah, you might get a little tired of that if you're on the channel today, because there's so much news about Zelda. Of course there is news about Tears of the Kingdom. Why wouldn't there be? The game just came out. It's fantastic. It's phenomenal. Greatest Zelda of all time. That's debatable. But it's definitely got Gotti written all over it. It's definitely going to be Game of the Year, without a doubt. It's probably going to be the game of the decade. I wouldn't be surprised. But let's put a little proof in that pudding. So, here's an article that comes from Nintendo Life. And the reason I chose this one is because it brings up something called OpenCritic, which used to be, I shouldn't say which used to be, which reminds me, I don't know the history of the site. It reminds me of game rankings. If you ever visited game rankings, what they would do is they would compile ratings and rankings from all kinds of outlets and sources that would rate these, that would rate games, compile it all together and give you an average. So this one has done just that. So I guess OpenCritic is that new version of it, because it feels like game rankings just kind of disappeared. They're still out there, but I think it's Metacritic or something now bought them, and I don't like Metacritic. So let's read this article. Here we go. Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now the highest rated game of all time. Okay. On OpenCritic. And it's Metacritic's highest rated game of 2023. I like how Metacritic. Nobody cares about Metacritic. So here we're going to go down. Here's a full list of all-time highest scoring games in the top 10 on OpenCritic. So let me see what it says here. You know what? Before we get here, I like this. According to the site's ranking, Tears of the Kingdom sits just ahead of Super Mario Odyssey with an average of 97.223 out of 100 compared to Mario's 96.811. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is in third with a score of 95.905. So number one, Tears of the Kingdom. Number two, Mario Odyssey. Number three, Breath of the Wild. And then we have Red Dead Redemption at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I guess I don't agree with a lot of those. I want to give, I really like Persona 5, but Persona 5 and Persona 5 Royal, that's one of those things. Is it really a different game? Is it really a different game? It just has it's almost like the complete edition. I don't know. But here, this is the important thing. OpenCritic tweets, The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is currently the number one highest rated game of all time. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom OpenCritic rating is mighty. Top critic average. Critics recommend 100%. And then this is what I was talking about. How you get the compilation of scores. IGN 10 out of 10. Eurogamer 4 out of 5. Eurogamer, I don't know what you're talking about. Metro Game Central 10 out of 10. Games Radar Plus 4.5 out of 5. Game Informer 9.8 out of 10. GameSpot 10 out of 10. Destructoid 10 out of 10. Hobby Consolis 98 out of 10, and 38 more. Well, view all 38 critic reviews. So I definitely agree. This is one of the first times ever you'll see me agree with IGN, because IGN's pretty junk these last few years. But I think the game is fantastic. That's all I've been doing with my free time. Unfortunately, I haven't had as much free time this weekend. But things have happened, and that's cool. But I'm getting to play this as much as I can. I'm really enjoying it. I like how it feels like Breath of the Wild, but isn't. It really feels like a direct sequel. And it's funny because I just finished beating Breath of the Kingdom about a week and some change, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I've been playing Jedi Survivor. I'm really liking Jedi Survivor so far. I'm only about maybe 2.5 hours into it. But as soon as I picked up Tears of the Kingdom, I was like, yes, I'll still play Jedi Survivor. I'll finish it, but I'm putting all my time in Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not going to lie about that. That is fantastic. Meanwhile, over on Metacritic, Tears of the Kingdom has already become the review aggregate website's highest rated game of the year with critic score of 96 out of 100. User reviews have not gone live yet. In terms of Metacritic's all-time highest scores, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for N64 is still out in front with a score of 99. As for Breath of the Wild on its platform, it's got an average critic score of 97 out of 100 and user reviews of 8.7 out of 10. That's stupid. In our own review of, let me say this. In Nintendo Life's review, they gave it an outstanding 10 out of 10. I agree with you, Nintendo Life. Another reason I like this website. Great news, great news. So with that being said, what do you guys think? I think it's fantastic. The reason I'm not a big fan of Metacritic is because I don't agree with a lot of review bombing that people do, especially those idiotic Kotaku fans out there. The Kotaku was... I'm not even going to bother touching on that article. I'll let the drama YouTubers that just want to... I don't like it. Let them do it. I have respect for some of them, some of the gaming ones, I should say. But I'm not going to get onto that. Kotaku's garbage. They're just butthurt because, well, they're a crappy website with a crappy take that Nintendo was like, no, you guys are crappy. You're not getting it. And they got butthurt. That's all I got to say. So these sites, a little more credible. I do like Game Informer. I was surprised that Game Informer gave it a 9.8. I was actually really surprised when I read that one. I was like, say what? But IGN is a 10 out of 10. Games Radar, 4.5 out of 5. I'm a little surprised on that, but GameSpot, 10 out of 10. Destructoid, 10 out of 10. So I think that's some pretty solid scores. If I had to review it, so far with about, I want to say I'm about 5 hours in, maybe more, maybe 6 hours in. Yeah, I want to say I'm about 6 hours in altogether. I played it docked and handheld mode. I think it plays great in both modes. I haven't had a problem. I'm really enjoying it. And I agree. So far, I agree. I haven't had any problems. All the things that I thought I would be a little iffy on, like the fusing and the ultra hand, and I'm liking it all. It's new and it makes me want to continue to play. I like the overworld and the underworld, and I'm messing around in Hyrule now without any spoilers. You know, there's the islands in the sky. You start up there, and then you get down, and then unlock things, and then you get to explore Hyrule. Especially with Breath of the Wild still fresh in my mind, I'm like, wow, things have kind of changed here. So I'm really enjoying the game, and if you haven't picked it up, 110%, you need to pick it up. It's definitely worth it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Go pick yourself up a copy of Tears of the Kingdom if you haven't already. Remember to turn that bell on for notifications so you know whenever I put out a new video, and also when new episodes of Ready to Start podcasts come out. Thank you guys so much. Like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.